afternoon, T-Bird fans. This is Cooper Hopkins, your voice of the Thunderbirds. I'm here with men's basketball coach Che Dawson and a very special guest. This is Miles. He is the official Thunderbird mascot and an avid Seahawk fan. He's going to be joining us today for this edition of T-Bird TV. Coach, a few questions for you about the past two games for you, which were chronologically South Puget Sound victory, 90-80, and then the victory against the Clark Penguins on the road, 89-74. So let's talk about first a very exciting player who emerged once again for you on the floor, Kelly Edwards, with a double-double, 30 points and 13 rebounds against South Puget Sound. We've mentioned his name before. Is he just heating up at the right time for you, or how are things going for him right now?
Yeah, Kelly has a lot of natural ability, and probably the thing we've had to work with Kelly the most on over the last 2 years is just his confidence and getting him to really believe that he needs to be aggressive and assertive on the floor. And he's taken that to heart over the last few games and started to become the player he can be. But he's got all the natural tools in the world to do a lot of things in all areas of the court.
Now, speaking about his abilities, obviously there are some scouts that have probably noticed his talent. Can you tell me a little bit about his future, either athletically or academically?
Yeah, Kelly should definitely end up playing at a university. He's a very good student. He's I think ready to go on to a four-year school, both academically, socially, athletically. And so I would be surprised if Kelly's not at a NCAA Division II or Division III school next year, or an NAIA school. But there are definitely a lot of schools who have contacted me, a couple that are very, very serious, and said, we flat out want him in our program next year. So he's weighing his options, and it's good because he's got a lot of options because he takes care of business in the classroom.
Excellent, and that's of course paramount.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Speaking of success still, the run continues for Highline. You were on the road against the Penguins. Tell me a little bit about that victory. I know you had a 1-point deficit going into the locker room at halftime. What does getting that win mean to the team right now?
It means a lot. We knew that was going to be a tough game. It's always a tough trip. It's our longest road trip in division, and they're a good team, and they present some real matchup problems for us. They're not very big, but they've got several guys who can really shoot the basketball from the three-point line. And the game sort of mirrored the game that we played against them here. We didn't play particularly well in the first half. They got way too many good looks at the three-point line, and we ended up going into halftime down 1. Ended up winning by 14 points. A lot of that was us just going back to our man-to-man defense, getting them under control at the three-point line, and being more efficient and getting the basketball inside offensively. So we did a nice job. I think the kids really felt good walking out of there, and certainly it makes that long road trip much easier when you can get a nice win.
Right. And now you're going to be back at home. Lower Columbia is coming into town. And folks, that game is on the 21st. That's a Saturday. That'll be 3 p.m. for the men, so come down and check that out here at Highline. Coach, let's just talk generally about the stretch run. 4 games left for you in the regular season, and then presumably the NWAC tournament. I know Tacoma's going to be coming in. They're right at the top of the standings with you right now. Just give me an outlook from the head coach's standpoint. How do you feel going into these final games?
Well, as a coach, you always feel pretty good and pretty nervous. You want to make sure you're taking care of business, and you want to make sure you're doing everything you can to keep the players focused. And I think our guys are in a good state of mind right now. I think physically we're pretty healthy. Mentally we're pretty healthy. But we do have to keep that one game at a time focus. And it's really easy to start looking ahead, and there's a whole bunch of people talking about clinching the NWAC tournament or clinching a spot in the NWAC tournament, and that's dangerous.
Right.
So we're really trying to make sure we look at one game at a time. I know it's an old cliche, but people say that but don't always do it, and we're trying to make sure we do it. And so far we've been able to do that.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks again for sharing your thoughts with me. Again, guys, it's on the 21st, Saturday, so Highline fans come down and root on the T-Birds. And Miles, can you do one favor for me? Can you say, go Thunderbirds? All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you on another edition of T-Bird TV.